guys, it's Jessie here. I'm back with another video, and today's video is going to be Weigh-In Wednesday. You did not see a Weigh-In Wednesday video last week because I didn't get my act together and film it. There's been a lot of stuff going on in my life these last few weeks, and it's been kind of hectic and stressful. And so my weigh-in video just sort of went by the wayside, which is sort of how my weight loss journey has kind of gone recently. I've kind of pushed it aside because I've had so many things going on, a lot of personal things I don't really want to get into, that have sort of been taking up my time, my focus, and so the weight loss journey has not been going so well. You guys probably have figured that out. First it was the holidays. You guys know, sorry, I've said like 500 times. You guys know that I sort of made the decision to enjoy Christmas with my family and not stress too much about what I was eating, figuring that as soon as the holidays were over, I'd be able to jump right back on the horse, and the jumping back on the horse hasn't really happened. And like I said, it's just because there's been so much other things going on. It's sort of pulled my focus. It's been pretty stressful, so I don't deal well with stress. And if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know I suffer from anxiety, and that's sort of creeped up a little bit these last few weeks. And so my eating choices have not been great. I've sort of been doing this thing where I do really, really well for 2 or 3 days, and then I fall off the wagon and have a couple of really bad days. And then I say, nope, I gotta buck up and get back on track. So I get back on track for a couple of days, and then I slide right back into my old habits. So I'm not really sure how to pull myself out of that, like, pattern. Every time I think I have my bearings and I'm back on track, something happens, or we have a birthday. All 3 of the men in my life, Robbie, Austin, and my husband Eric, have birthdays in January, so it's kind of hard to want to celebrate with them without overindulging. Robbie just had his birthday on the 8th of January, and I way overindulged. He chose a Chinese food feast, and I feasted, and then he had German chocolate cake, which was amazingly delicious, and I enjoyed for 2 days. So it's just sort of been like everything's been thrown at me and really kind of testing my resolve to lose weight. So let's talk numbers. I think the last time I weighed in for you guys was right after Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. I would have to go back and look at those videos. So how about if I just backtrack a little bit and tell you numbers for the last few weeks, tell you where I am, and my plan moving forward. So I'm opening up my Weight Watchers app now. You guys know that obviously I'm on a Weight Watchers journey. Weight Watchers has worked for me in the past, and I know that it will work for me now if I could just get on the ball and actually follow the program. So I'm looking at my little journey tab here in my app, where it gives you your weight progress, your days in the healthy eating zone, which, as you can see by the little dots there have not been many. 1 this month. I did 1 day this month where I was in a healthy eating zone, which for me is 29 to 39 smart points. And you may have taken a little peek at my weight progress there. It's been sort of up and down. So let's go to the table view. So moving backwards a little bit to the start of sort of December, where everything has sort of started to fall apart. So December 6th, I was 209 pounds. I had dropped, weight 2 weeks in a row. That was when I sort of hit my big milestone of 50 pounds lost and was doing really well, and it's sort of been all downhill from there. So December 13th, a week later, I was up 0.6, so just a smidge, and then the following week on December 20th, I stayed the same. So I didn't gain, I didn't lose. Pretty good. In terms of if you're not losing weight, at least not gaining weight is always a good thing, right? So then the following week was right after Christmas. It was the 28th of December, and I was up 3.4. So I gained 3.4 pounds over that Christmas week, and total for like the whole holiday splurge situation, I was up 4 pounds because I was up the 0.6, and then I was up another 3.4. So then the following week was, Happy New Year time, and it was my resolve to get back on track. And I had lost a little bit of weight last Tuesday. Had I sat down and filmed a weigh-in update, it would have been good news. I would have sat here and said, guys, guess what? I did really well, and I lost 1.6 pounds. So I was down to 211.4 pounds at that point, so still not my lowest weight, but I had dropped weight from that gain over the holidays. Well, then I weighed in this morning, at 212 pounds. So this past week I gained 0.6. So we're talking about a window of like 5 pounds here. Not even 5 pounds, more like 4 pounds. My lowest weight was 209. My weight now is 212. So that's not bad. I'm not at my highest weight of 213, but I'm pretty dang close. And like I said, it's just because I cannot seem to focus and stay on track for more than a couple of days at a time, and I know that it has to do with the stress and the birthdays and everything going on. Getting to the gym has not been a priority at all. I went one day last week. I've gone so far one day this week. Now today is Tuesday, so this is only the second day of the week. I start my weeks, technically, my Weight Watchers weeks start on Tuesday. So, I don't know where I was going with that. It just hasn't been a huge priority. We had issues with, for one, my kids were home for winter break, so I couldn't go to the gym then. Or I could have made time for it once my husband came home from work, but I didn't. And that's always sort of been my thing. Like, I'm cool with going to the gym while everybody's gone and doing their thing. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so while my husband's at work and my kids are at school, I do my housework stuff, I do my YouTube stuff, I do my Etsy shop stuff, and I do my fitness stuff. So that was my time to go to the gym. But with the kids home from school, I'm not comfortable leaving them alone for long periods of time, obviously. So I was not going to the gym. And then when my husband would get home from work that evening, when it was okay to go to the gym because my kids were supervised, I would use the excuse, well, I haven't seen my husband all day. I'd really like to spend some time with him. You guys know he works really long hours. And so I consider the time that we can spend together pretty precious, right? So I didn't go to the gym really at all while my kids were home from winter break. And then once they were back in school, we had an issue where we had a broken brake line or a leaking brake line, so I wasn't driving the car a ton because I obviously didn't want to make that worse. That's finally fixed now. My husband had a free moment to fix that over the weekend. So that was one sort of major stress thing that was going on that has resolved, thankfully. There's still some other things going on, but things are starting to get better in terms of stress. But I just don't handle stress well. The normal little things that other people can sort of brush off and be like, no big deal. I kind of internalize and I have a hard time dealing with it. So that's obviously something that I need to work on with myself, maybe with a therapist, but so the little tiny stressors have just sort of been getting to me. I've let them get to me, and it's time to sort of put the kibosh on that and get back to focusing on me. My kids are back in school now, my husband's back to work, things are starting to calm down, so now's the time to sort of push away the excuses and get back to it. Now that being said, Austin turns 9. Wow. This Friday. So we have a birthday this week that we will celebrate. I'm not going to not celebrate my son's birthday because it would upset him. So we have that this week. I think that is the only major roadblock. So I have to put aside the stress about the bills and the craziness and everything going on, focus on me, and get back on the weight loss track because, at this point, I'm still pretty much maintaining my weight loss within a couple of pounds, but it's so easy to let that sort of snowball, and, I don't want to go back to where I was. I've I was not a happy person at that point. I always try to project happiness and positivity, but I was pretty unhappy at 260 pounds, and I'm still unhappy with the way that I look and my health and everything now at 211 pounds or 12 pounds or wherever I'm at now. Still have a long way to go to get down to a healthy weight, and it's something that I really want, and so I need to stop letting the things that are inconsequential sort of pull my focus. I need to focus 100% on the weight loss thing. I know I have your guys' support, every single one of you that comments on my videos and tells me how great I look and how wonderful I'm doing, and sort of throws me, and then those of you that sort of say, hey, you're screwing up, get back on track. I need that from you guys. I don't go to Weight Watchers meetings. It's not in my budget right now. The financial situation just isn't there for me to be able to spend that kind of money to go to meetings. So you guys are really my meetings. Like, I need you to tell me, hey, stop acting up and get back on track. So that's sort of my little heart-to-heart boo-hoo sob story. Things have been stressful, and I haven't been doing what I know I need to do. So now it's a matter of quit your blubbering and get back to work. So that's the plan for this week. I know what I need to do. Drink water, go to the gym, track everything, stay within my points. You know, I committed to doing the step into tracking in the new year. That's a challenge that M. Wilson Fit Fam put forth, where you're supposed to exercise every day and get a certain amount of steps every day and track everything, and I committed to it, and then I just haven't been doing it. Oh, by the way, I feel like I'm going to get comments about this. I'm talking about stress and I'm not wearing my wedding rings. No, I'm not wearing my wedding rings because my hands are swollen because I have not been drinking enough water. And so they were digging into my skin. Marriage is fine. Eric and I are doing wonderful. We're still totally in love. Me not wearing my rings is not indicative of the stress that I'm talking about at all. The family's healthy. Everything's fine. It's just little tiny stressful things that have sort of built up, and I just haven't been dealing well. We're all fine, I promise. Anyways, I've yammered on for, oh my gosh, a really long time. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video now. But that's where I am. My current weight, 212 pounds. Hopefully next week I will be able to come back and tell you guys that I did really well this week. I lost. I'm planning on doing a meal prep video this week, provided everything goes well. So that'll be up. I feel like I can really set myself up for success if I just stop letting all this little stuff get to me. So that's the plan. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to me yammer. I appreciate it so much. Your support means the world to me. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.